first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9?
Out of his end zone comes Andy Isabella. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
Gun. Stop.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now here's a throw. It's complete. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first. Convert with a gain of 4.
The Bengals at 4-3, a game over 500. But they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here. Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
Here we go.
Now a 2nd and 10.
11.
Burrow will throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Pick made by Terrell Bernard.
And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown.
Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt.
And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Isabella now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way. As my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
On 2nd down, Burrow. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
You look at this Buffalo defense,
and this unit, very tough to throw against, currently 2nd best in the NFL.
And this is where we talk game inside the game. Top 5 passing offense versus top 5 passing defense. I wouldn't be surprised defensively if they change up coverages a bit more than usual to try and combat what they expect to see.
It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here we go.
And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4.
Once again, they run with Mixon.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off. And that's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Here we go.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 3. Burrow giving it to Mixon on the option.
And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
When they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football, I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he will take it all in for a Bengals touchdown.
Joe Mixon, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are an extra point away from taking the lead. So a toss play there does the trick as he's into the end zone.
And you don't run this unless you're sure you've got a guy who has the speed who can get to the edge, because what you're hoping for him to win the race to the corner and turn it upfield to the end zone.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And they take the lead here at 7-6.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. They'll start on the ground. Hall.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
You talk about this Bengals defense.
Now, they've been a very good unit against the pass, defending at 5th best in the league.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Hall again on 2nd down.
Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
He had to fight for every yard on that run, shook himself free of a tackle, and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
They'll run with Hall.
And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Got a man, that's Trent Sherfield. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Now, he came into this game within shouting distance of Dan Marino at 61,361 career yards, and with that last play, Charles, he just went past Dan Marino.
I'm struggling over here, and the only reason is when you hear about him passing a Dan Marino,
A legend.
it makes you step back and really take stock of his career, and you realize it's not just about the numbers, it's about the accomplishments, it's about the play. How great has his career been to pass Dan Marino's? I'd say pretty darn great.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. To throw is Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
So now on 4th down, Sam Martin on to punt for Buffalo.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. That'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 46-yard line.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 4.
Now it's Burrow.
And he'll go right back to Chase. That's caught again.
And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 30. That one goes for 24 yards. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And they come with a jet sweep here as Burrow just taps that forward.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Now, they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
Burrow going to get this out to Chase.
So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
All right, partner, I wasn't good enough to get this done, but I played with plenty of guys who did. When they spotted wide receiver screen and they got to the football fast and blew the whole thing up, the same result as we just saw usually happened. No gain.
On 3rd down, Mixon. Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, 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 and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
McPherson's kick is good.
And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
At their own 21-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start. It's certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because, to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
And he'll be knocked to the turf right there as he gets it up to the 43. 23 yards the pickup there.
And the Bills first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
2nd and 10. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he'll be stopped at the 46. Gain of 3.
Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. It was Miles Murphy who fired in and got him to the ground.
Good tack by Murphy reflects the skill that had him labeled as a first-rounder all throughout the draft process. He's somebody who has a well-rounded game and should be a contributor in just about any defensive scheme.
Taken in at the 11. And a 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
At their own 18-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
On 1, ready?
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line.
67 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. Here's 2nd and 3.
Again, it's Mixon. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped it. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On 3rd and 1, Burrow.
He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
11
On the delay, it's Mixon. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Burrow looking to pass.
That's to the sideline, and it's intercepted.
Teron Johnson able to pick it. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now it's Rodgers.
That is caught. Kincaid with it.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. So that play much needed there as they're all the way up near the 40 for a 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Rodgers now to throw.
Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here's Rodgers.
Looking for Dotson, and he's got him.
Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
Rodgers again now. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
Intercepted. The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 2-yard line.
11 mighty, 11 mighty, 11 MT tape, 11 MT tape. God.
Final play of the half for Burrow and company. Floating one, incomplete. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
The Bills trail here, but they will get the football first as we are back underway on EA Sports. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
If you're a wide receiver and they call a screen pass, you're counting on some people being out in front of you blocking. But that play was well diagnosed by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. And they got there and swarmed and finished off the play.
On 3rd down, here's Hall.
Oh, a heck of a move. Man. And they worked this well upfield across the 45. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
2 yards. First down, Bills.
50, then you block over here.
Throw right side is going to be caught by
is Samuel. And able to use the stiff arm to gain leverage initially, but not much room thereafter. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. Now Rodgers. Again, he'll find Samuel for the completion. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. On first down, Rodgers. He's got this one complete to Sherfield. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
And these two hooked up on a nice gain to play before, and I always admire play callers that see a play that works and go right back to it, so they went right back to him. The reward, they're set up with 1st and goal.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. Flush to his right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. With his 10th rushing touchdown on the year, his 14th overall. And the Bills have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Rodgers will throw for it. And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and they fail on the try for 2. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Isabella now from his end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Bengals drive about to get going. They'll try to get the run game going. This is Mixon. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
The throw over the middle taken in. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. He's had the interception woes in this one, Charles, and that time a little bold to throw it into double coverage, but he beat the double coverage.
Yeah, but I admire that he still will challenge defenders downfield, even though the ball's been in jeopardy a few times in this game. A nice ball there against multiple defenders, and they advance it downfield.
And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Yeah, every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. That penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward.
Here we go. Here we go. Eleven.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. This one caught downfield by Higgins.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. He got 29 yards that time.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going, a little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
First down. Here's Burrow. Got a man open. It's Chase.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it's second down.
2 yards on the
Here we go.
It's second and 8 at the 20-yard line.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Bengals 10.
Here we go. Here we go.
Second down and 8.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to them and go play action. But other times you say, okay,
Touchdown, Bengals! O.J. Howard, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Bengals have taken a 4th quarter lead. Well, quite the comeback here. They have erased that deficit, pushed themselves out in front now here in this 4th quarter.
this game's kind of felt the horse race, hasn't it, partner? Because, yeah, the other guys run out to their big lead, but then slowly and surely, they've been creeping up and closing that gap. Now they've stuck ahead in front here late in the game. The finish line's not far away. They need their defense to finish this thing off.
An extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead is up to 5.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. They'll give to Hall. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, that plays a statistic that's going to go on the defensive team stat sheet. Wouldn't necessarily reflect in ours, right, the overall game sheet. But you and I know that they keep count on pressures, hits on quarterbacks, all those things, hoping to increase that throughout the game. And here we are in the 4th quarter, and they got a big one.
That's such a close game, a very big one. Able to convert on 3rd and 14, a terrific play call. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
What we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
69 yards rushing for him now to this point.
So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. Big strides, look at him go.
And all the way home for a Bills touchdown.
Dalton Kincaid, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bills answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. So now an important conversion attempt here as the Bills line up to go for 2. They'll try and run it here. And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Isabella now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead. And that ball going to be intercepted yet again. Teron Johnson able to pick it, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And some play callers, when they go into games, they don't mind calling a lot of screens, and they don't care what down. They were maybe 1 block away from really having something there to start this drive. Good job defensively to cut through the blockers and make the tackle on the screen, or that could have gone for maybe 15 or 20 yards.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Paul again. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
And that's the type of run that they're looking for because they'll need to continue to rely on them to move the sticks in this tight game in order to preserve this lead.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll run with Hall. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And now defensively they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. The quick slant caught. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. To throw is Rodgers. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked by Logan Wilson. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for Bengals TD. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. This is 1st and 10. Back to throw, Rodgers. That's taken in by Sherfield.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
It's a gain of 10.
Now Rodgers.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. It's caught inside the 25.
All 3 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Rodgers to throw.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath, and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
That is caught. Kincaid with it.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game.
If you've been waiting all day for this Sunday nighter's been worth the wait. It's 3rd down here. Out of the gun, they run it with Hall.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
Now Rodgers, gotta have this one. Steps away to his left. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. The Bengals go down to a knee in the victory formation.